Hey, Coach, I hope you're enjoying that. If you are, awesome. Make sure you go subscribe, hit that subscribe button right now. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Mentor, resources, hundreds of videos. Go over and check it out. Let's head off to the video. Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, how are you doing?
Very well.
Better than the Badgers is my guess.
Badgers?
Yeah, the Wisconsin just lost to Iowa State in the NCAAs. I had it on my TV.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I just watched the Duke game.
Oh, the Duke. Yeah, Duke won. That was great.
Yeah.
That was a great game. All right, shoot away.
So I'll just start with the first question. So I'm going to be doing girls. I just did JV girls this year, so I'm going to start doing all the girls and varsity and so forth starting next year.
Okay.
So I was wondering, just in off season, they're not really used to doing much at all during off season. So I just want to start with the basics.
Okay.
What would you think that just to start with something super simple like do a Google sheet, do teams, and say, let's keep percentages, 50 layups and 50 free throws, 100 shots a day, just keep percentages, how many it takes to get those and run it as a contest. I'm just trying to think of something super, super basic people can do it.
Yeah, very simple that they can yes. How many days a week are you thinking of doing that?
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I mean, they just start, 5 days a week and, 100 shots, just something, I'm just
Something basic. And what I would have them do that I think will be a good thing too, is you could have them take a video of the workout, like send a 2-minute video of them doing it so that each day they're kind of connecting with you a little bit. Say hi, happy Thursday, blah, 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 and then take a video of it, send the video along with, I filled out the sheet. I did it today at blah, 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 blah. I have found that makes them more accountable than just filling out the sheet, because sometimes they just fill out the sheet and it's like, that's fine. But I think doing something like that would make us, especially with the younger kids, it seems to connect them better if you do it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just wondering, sorry, my camera's off, but I was just thinking with the, as far as like doing Google Sheets or something where, where you have all the teams and everything. So once they put it in, they can see what everyone else is doing that day.
Yeah,
also.
I think the Google Sheet thing is fine. I just think it's more the actual doing the video. There's more ownership when they're doing something little tiny, like, hey, coach, watch me make 3 shots or something like that. Then you can send something back. There's different things that can allow you to do that. That's pretty easy. And again, you don't have to do that, but you'll get better response if you do something like that than if you just do the spreadsheet.
For that. Okay. And just like, even if it's just 100 shots a day or something, that's at least.
Yeah, that's a lot. That will be a lot of shots if they've never done anything before.
Right. Just to start.
I would set the goal at maybe 50 and then increase it to 100 or do something like that. I don't know.
Right. And then I'm sorry, I was just saying the follow-up, I was usually you had suggested that in the math are free. But a lot of my kids, including my daughter, has a dumb phone. They don't actually have smartphones. So I was just curious if there was another suggestion that would kind of communicate, or if that's even possible. Do you have to have a smartphone to message?
You don't. Do they have email? You can do the remind thing through email.
I might just do that. But nobody checks their email.
Nobody checks their email. They don't check their text messages either. So my assistant does Snapchat because the text messages is like email was 5 years ago or 10 years. Their generation just doesn't check email, and they don't really check text messages.
Right. You can't do that on a dumb phone. You'd have to have a smartphone.
Yeah, you'd have to have a smartphone. So it'd be better to do an email. Remind works well on the email. So that should work. Should work.
All right, cool.
Hi, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome. Hey, the other picture's much better of you. So I'm telling
Yeah, right.
you're all dressed and look nice in the other one.
I know, I know. So listen, let me tell you just briefly. I'm actually a first year varsity head basketball coach.
So you just
Um,
got done with your first season?
well, so we're nearly done. The crazy thing is because of COVID, this postseason tournament that we sometimes play in is actually going to be happening this week.
Okay.
So meaning our state playoffs are done. We won a game, we lost in our regional final.
Okay.
All that stuff's done. But there's this very fun postseason tournament that we're playing, and it's 24 teams in New York City. I'm in Illinois.
Okay.
And we got our seedings and everything like that. And we're the 12 seed out of 24, and we're playing. You don't need to hear, I think, the gory details, but the way this works is they split you into two tiers. We made tier one, which is good, but as a result, we've got a very tough team we're playing.
Oh, if you're the 12th seed and you're in you're playing the one, right?
It's, believe it or not, there's 16 teams that made tier one and 8 in tier two. So it's a 12-5 matchup, but I'll be honest, I actually think the 5 is the best team in the tournament.
Okay. And you're in New York, and you're in New York City to play this?
We're playing it in New York City, and it's a team coming from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my guys are super hyped for this. They've been looking forward to this tournament. It's one of those things. We've had a Heckle and Hyde, whatever it's called, Jekyll and Hyde season.
Yep.
Went 13-7, had some nice wins, had some disappointing losses. We do a lot of things okay. So we play a pack line type man defense.
Which will, I'm going to tell you right now, from someone that's won a couple national tournaments, you basically got to out defend. You got to take care of the ball, not turn it over, and defend. Like, they won't be, my guess, unless this California team is they won't be used to what you can do defensively. That's my guess.
Right. So let me tell you briefly, they are a team who has one absolutely tremendous player and a very solid supporting cast. It's a guard. He's only 5'11", or something like 5'11", 6 feet tall. The kid will shoot and make 32 footers. He's smart. They run 30 sets for him, backdoors. They run him through 19 screens, right? They know he's their best player, and he'll drop 30 or 40 on teams. And I've watched their film. He's tremendous. I mean, he's a mid-major type college ball player.
So you got to double him, and you got to switch on everything, and you basically have to spend. When is this, next week?
No, see, we play them Thursday night in New York. Okay. I practiced today. We're going to practice again Tuesday, and I wanted your thoughts, not only in general, which is what you're providing me, but what do you think about a diamond in one? Since their other players are good shooters, but they don't have many bigs that worry me.
I like that. I like a diamond better than a box because it reaches the 3-point line. So that's the first thing. I like the diamond better.
Good.
The drops on those wings are big. Like, they got it, and opposite one of the two has to really drop when it's on the opposite side. No, I like that. I like playing man. If you play pack line, I like playing man against a person like that, but full denial. You're going for 2 minutes and I'm subbing you out. And then just rotate 3 or 4 different people on that person. No help, no full deny. So changing up, I think, would be good. Yeah. So I think a diamond would work well. And then if he's really good, we've trapped out of that diamond. As soon as he catches it, closest guy traps him, make him give it up. And then you're back to your diamond again. As soon as he gives it up, we're back to the diamond, because he's good and he wants to shoot and he's used to shooting. And I want to take him out of what he will. If he, to be honest with you, he'll probably still score 18.
Right.
But he'll have to work for him a lot harder, and some of them won't be good shots. So that's why we double.
When we're manning him up, full denial, but despite that, right? I mean, he's still going to get the ball.
He is.
And
Then we double him. We double. him.
double him.
Closest
Okay.
guy doubles.
Okay. Do you switch?
I do. I switch. I don't know. Are you? I switch everything. Like I switch everything because I think it's easier if we just switch everything because there's no
Right.
like we switch on this person. We don't. I just think it's easier for my guys, so we just switch everything, and it's made us a better defensive team. However, if you have a big drop off in abilities to guard a kid like that, then I maybe might not. I might hard hedge and double at
Yeah,
that point.
Yeah. And just make him give it up.
Make him give it up. Make him give it up. Make him give it up. Here's the theory. They're traveling farther than you. I'm going to make someone else beat me.
Right.
Like you're good. And if you beat, I don't want you to beat me. I don't want Steph to beat me or, Clay to beat me. I want somebody else on the, Golden State to beat me. And if you do, great. But I don't want you to beat me. And the thing is, if you work on it, like we'll get colored pennies the week of, like colored jerseys, and like we'll have a kid on the other on our scout team in red, and then whenever the red guy gets, so they get just used to that. Like, yep. We're just doubling, we're trapping. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, no, I like that. My last follow up on that topic is, by chance, can you either refer me? Do you have any good references on the diamond and one? Because I haven't.
Let me look. Let me look I'll look at when I get to school tomorrow. I'll write it on my buses for next season. I'll put it on that list. That means it will get done right away. All right.
Thank you. Because I've never played it this year, and
I'll find some stuff. That's actually one of the things I want to do because people always ask me, and to be honest with you, they ask me more about offenses against it rather than the defenses. So I've got a bunch of stuff I'm gonna do this off season to do on that. But that's a good. I'll find that. I know I have some diamond stuff that I can send you, so I can do that for sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. No problem.
So Coach, can you see my board? I know my line.
I can.
Okay. So I want to ask you, our basic ball screen offense is we pass here, this person goes away and we screen.
Yep.
Okay. But sometimes I have trouble.
Is it 3 out? Is it 3 out?
3 out.
3 out, 2. Okay. Yep.
But I having trouble, getting people to the screen. So this next year I was going to work like a handoff. So just come over here, hand it off, go to the corner, then run the ball screen.
Are you having a hard time entering the ball when you bring
Correct.
it down the court?
Correct.
Yeah. So I would do something. I would start in a stack or do something to get your people open initially. The handoff's fine. I know if I remember right, you have 1 or 2 ball handlers.
Well, this is JV. I'm doing varsity, so we'll have a lot more girls this next year.
Okay.
So it won't be as big of issue.
That helps. Okay. So then you could also dribble enter. Just when we have a rule, dribble entry, if you're getting pressured hard, you just dribble at the person and they clear out.
Okay.
For the opposite.
Well, I was just trying to combine 2 things because part of the emphasis, one of the ball screens is where you go away, and one is where you go to the same side. So just a variation where you run the ball screen. So I was trying to solve 2 problems at one time. So my question is when I hand it here and I go to the corner, should this person be coming off the screen, catching it as this person's coming to screen? That's my, because typically I throw it here and they wait for the screen to come and then they attack the ball screen.
Can you shoot the 3 or do you want them curl into the basket?
I want to attack the paint.
Yeah. So I'd set a back screen on that and then go to the basket probably.
Okay, so like if you hand it off here and go here.
Yep. And then have the big come set a ball screen for that guard.
Okay, but my question is when you catch the handoff, are they coming full speed?
Yeah, I'd flare out to the 3. Yeah, high. After the handoff, you're saying they're just keep going?
That's my question. Is I have never done handoff. So in a handoff, do they just hand off and attack and then get a screen here, or should they wait till the screen is there before they go? Do you understand my question?
I do. So put the person on top again.
Okay.
So they're dribbling to the right, and then
and this person's coming to set a ball screen.
So they got the handoff, but they didn't do anything with the handoff.
Until that's my question. Is typically the big thing.
Typically, you're grabbing that handoff and you're dribbling.
So typically I just get it and go, and then the other screen's just coming.
Yep, I'm
afterwards?
dribbling at, and then they're getting it, and they're not just standing there, they're going with it. So
Okay.
as they dribble to the right, they're gonna stop, they're gonna hand off, and then they're gonna go.
Okay, so as soon as the handoff gets it, they don't wait for the screen to come, they have to
I
touch.
mean, I have not normally seen that. I'm sure it could happen, but the problem is if you just stop at that point, you're kind of inviting a trap.
Okay,
And
That's
usually
like-
handoffs involve getting the handoff and then going.
Okay.
It's kind of a movement, like a screen almost in some respects.
okay, because the main thing we're working on this year is when I pass it and this guy's saying the screen is for them to wait for the screen to come before they go. So I just want to make sure I'm teaching it correctly.
Yeah,
So this is gonna be a little
that's what
different.
I would do. And yeah, and if you want something, then the big could come if after that handoff and they're making that curl, then you could have the big set of back screen for the person that just handed it off. That would work probably if you wanted.
Okay. And that was
Yeah.
my follow-up question is typically, even if I'm just doing my normal offense and I pass it and I go away and they set a screen, I always do it like Don Showalter teaches is flat to the sideline.
Yep.
Just facing the sideline.
Yep.
Is it better to have your butt towards the rim?
I like butt to the basket, especially,
Okay.
but you basically want to set the screen for the way that you want them to go. And back screens, if you're getting a lot of ball pressure, back screens are wonderful because they're harder to switch and you can always pop to get the reversal.
Okay, so setting it flat against the sideline, maybe just always teach butt towards the basket and then it'll work better for handoffs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
All right, thank you.
defensively, I mean, I always teach butt to the baseline, butt to the basket. So they don't get, so that way they don't get turned because they always get turned. And that's half of our problems is when we get turned.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Sorry, I was looking up to see how bad the Badgers lost. All right, we're all in mourning today for Wisconsin.
Oh,
Okay.
Did they lose?
They did.
Oh, not a good day for the Big Ten. I'm a big Illini guy.
Yeah, I was kind of happy. Illinois lost too.
Yeah.
I've Gonzaga winning it. I was kind of happy to see Duke win though. Like you want Coach K to get, it's last year, get the least
At least get to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, now whatever. It's like whatever
Right.
now. But it's like you don't want him losing the first 2 rounds as last year, The guy's 75 years old.
Right.
Still over. All right. Anything else, Coach?
Yeah, one more. So back to this guy who we're gonna, man total denial. We're gonna try to throw some diamond and one at him, stuff like that. So two related questions. They're a very well coached team. This is one of those programs that does a great job of feeding in, starting 7th grade all the way to the varsity. So they've got systems. These kids have memorized. They have 51 sets or something. Stuff I've never seen before. Okay, and I've watched a lot of film on them.
Okay.
And so they're very obviously used to teams denying this kid because he's that good. So of course that's what everyone does. So what I've noticed is they have like 6 to 8 sets where they'll run a fair amount of what I'm just going to call fake motion on one side, and they'll bring him up looking right, and then they'll backdoor him. And they hit that so many times. It's like, it's unbelievable.
That's where the diamond will help because you'll have somebody underneath to help. Do you, what defenses do you have in your arsenal right now?
So in my arsenal, other than a pack line man, we have played a 1-3-1. And what I will tell you is that we've had great success with it, and we've gotten absolutely destroyed with it. So that were, some of those 2 direct passes against a 1-3-1, and that kid's going to be drilling threes. And
what about a matchup?
We worked on that today in practice a little bit, where actually I put something in where we started in a 2-3 zone, and I had this rule that said once the ball got fully swung to the other side of the court, we were matching up man to man. So they're in their 2-3 offense because anyone can I think defend a half the side of the court. Right. And once they moved it to the other side, so we called this 23 fist. We're in 2-3, and then we go man to man. and the guys looked okay in it. It was the first time we tried it, but we don't do like a conventional matchup. And I just, so and out of timeouts is when I noticed they really, of course, draw something up. And my thought was, if we're in a man, we're going to always go to a different defense out of a timeout.
I think you want to keep him off. And I know you don't love the 1-3-1, but can you want as many different things just to kind of keep him off tempo. Like we're in the man where we're doubling, we're in the man where we're switching, we're in the man, maybe even straight man, but at least helping, knowing where he is. Maybe we're in the matchup, maybe we're in this 23, maybe we're in the 1-3-1. I think you got to try to keep a team that's that well oiled a little off balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick little changes, 2 or 3 possessions of the matchup, and then we're out of it. I don't know if you have an assistant, but I always have my assistants tracking what's working and what's not working.
Yep.
Because that can help defensively, especially. Like, hey, we've run 23 or our zone 4 times and they haven't scored on it. Well, then I should go back to it again. Can you score against them?
We better. They're good. They like to play man as well. They play a pack line man. They'll play a 3-2 zone and sometimes trap the corner. We actually see a lot of 3-2 and 1-2-2. So our guys are very comfortable with that. And we do what we do with the man. They'll be ready for it. I put in sort of a bit of a read and react concept late in the season because I thought that our stuff was a little too stale. And a well scouted team, I think, was knowing our stuff too much. And so that's worked a bit. We can run a bit. This might not sound big to you, but I've got a nearly 6'7" skilled center who is frustrating because he doesn't catch the ball very well.
Do they have people that can't score on their team that aren't as good?
Okay, so I was just going to ask you that. They've got this one guy, he's their big, he's like 6'3" or something. He's a strong kid, but he's not, and other than layups, which he will make, I don't think he can shoot.
Okay, so we call this 10X. What I would do is play some 10X, which is straight man. We play our man, and you could still double the guy if you wanted. But they say that the X guy, which would be that guy, we sag off him. We don't cover.
Yeah, and I was thinking if I keep my big basically as a rim protector, then when they do run that backdoor stuff, at least maybe he's in help side there and can at least get high hands and force.
And he won't make them all then at that point.
That's right.
Like, we do that. We do that, especially when there's because it freaks that guy out when you're sagging that much too. It's like, you're almost you're almost like, come on, shoot. Right. No, I think that would be a good change up. I think that would be a really good change up.
Cool.
Just from a different look. I think so too.
Okay. That's great. That's that's really all I have. And so, maybe if you can find something on that diamond, I would greatly appreciate it.
I put it on my notes, but if I don't send it to you by lunch tomorrow, send me an email and I'll send it off.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Yep. See ya.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right. And just let me know whenever you got to go because I
got to go in about 10 minutes, a little less, but go ahead.
Okay, just let me know. So I finally took a look at sideline that you were talking about, and so I like it for full court. I was wondering for half court if I could implement it. So say we're going this way, on a sideline type thing, and this guy basically comes here, same thing. So when you set the screen, one thing I was wondering is when you set this original screen, if it would make sense to screen here and then maybe loop back around just to do something a little bit different on the, to kind of slingshot it.
Yeah, you want those diagonal cuts to the opposite side. So I think that might work, but I would set that screen, have him come back. Actually,
that's the normal, but
and then have the opposite big come back. So I'd have both of them come to the ball and then that opposite big come back and get it in the center circle.
Okay, so you you like it more just like that,
Boom.
not
And yeah,
not
yep.
necessarily like maybe trying to
No,
loop
I
it.
want to do the loop. The loop's gonna take too long. You only have 4.5 seconds. That will take
Okay.
too long.
So here,
There,
down,
come back, and then
boom,
yep,
hand
like that.
off,
Yep,
go. Okay.
yep,
So my other question was if you're doing sideline full court
yep.
here, and we're doing the same thing, boom, here, and this one
Sideline,
goes
yep,
here and pass.
yep.
If it's like 3 seconds or something, you're not really going to be able to get it back to this person. Would
But
it
you
make
have
sense
10 to get it over half court. You're good.
with 3 seconds? Yeah, I guess you would. But let's
Yeah,
say
7
it's
seconds.
say it's 2 seconds, or maybe
Okay.
it's less. If I screen this guy here, would that make sense to maybe try to, boom, boom, quick shot?
Yeah, but
with-
you're not gonna have a time issue. Oh, you're talking about if he's not open.
No, I'm saying like if there's only like 2 seconds left
Oh, in the game. You're saying
in
in
the
the
game.
game. Oh, I thought you meant it's like a 5-second call.
No.
No. Yeah. If there's less than 2 seconds, I would do probably like you probably got to do more of a home run and throw it down into the opposite circle.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering that if it's with possible here, like boom, boom, and you're trying to throw it up high, and this guy sets a screen, just boom, boom, shot.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, the thing with 2 seconds, it's got to be pass.
Right. So maybe
Um,
boom, boom. So if he
yeah.
set a screen, boom, boom. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the other question is a follow up here is that if I'm trying to do it a little bit closer down on this end, like a sideline play.
And you're going and you're going which way?
This way.
That basket. Okay.
You probably can't. It doesn't really.
You probably can't do that. You can get the inbounder stepping back in, but you don't have enough space to kind of make that work in the half court.
Okay. So if do you like just like if it's a three, say there's 3 seconds, you have to do catch and shoot.
Yep.
Do you like it all the same idea, like screen, and then maybe this guy, both of them do the same thing?
Yeah,
like
you could do that. You could do the bottom guy going and setting a screen across. Yep, like that. No, the other way, the baseline guy. Yep, and he goes to the corner, and then that guy goes through like a high elevator screen. So he goes between the two of them.
Oh, like this?
Like that. They close, and then one of them rolls back. So that's 3 different options.
Okay. Is
that's
that a good basic one that you like?
That's a good, we call that victory. It's a good basic play because there's basically 3 options for him. It's the first guy, the guy going through the elevator, and then the rollback guy.
And then, okay, so screen, shot.
Yep. Elevator. Yep. Close. And then the last guy in the elevator just pops back. Now, the 4th option is the guy throwing it in, throws it to one of them, and he steps back in. He'll always be open. Yeah.
To step back in. Okay, so that's a good
For a
one.
quick 3, that's a good option. Yeah.
Okay. And then just staying with the sets, this has kind of helped me think through this for next year. I wanted to ask, this is something we've worked on before.
Yep.
With the ball here as an end of game type thing. So I'm going to come this way as far as set a ball screen. This guy's going to drop. This guy drops down here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
For that.
Yep.
Just as far as adding on to that, if this guy screams down and maybe comes out as another option, and then my third one is if maybe you pass it here and he passes it back. If you did a reverse screen coming back, like a double screen, do you like that? Or I'm just trying to add one.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of time to get that double screen. I do like it. It's just a matter if the person dribbling the ball up there is going to be able to keep dribbling it. Yes.
Well, I'm saying like maybe they picked it up and they passed it, and then
then that double screen is a good option, I think. Yeah.
For that, okay.
Yep.
And so if they did come back at the end and then do a double screen here,
Yep.
and then maybe just pop out or something like that.
And then pop high. That would work. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
I had one other question I was going to ask. I was listening to the Alicia Keys when she was talking about the defensive jump ball. Do you remember that? She was talking the defensive jump balls where she doesn't ever jump and she just traps right out of the jump ball.
Oh, I do remember that, but I don't remember that. So I'll have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, I was just wondering, she mentioned on the podcast she's going to send you just some notes on how that actually worked. But instead of jumping for the ball, she said that she just jumps and traps right off the bat. She never tries to get the tip and just double teams the other.
I will try to find that because I was thinking about that for my team. So I will try to find that. I'll add it to my 1-3-1 stuff that I'm going to find for him.
I was going to ask you a rule question on that. Yeah, I'd love to see that. But can you, when you're tipping the ball, if I'm the guy jumping as far as center and the other guy tips it, can I go? I can't go steal the ball, right? I have to let them catch it and then trap them.
You have to let someone else touch it before you can touch it then.
Right. Okay.
I believe that's the rule. Yes.
So that's probably what she just chose, and you just double team the first
person that gets it. She probably denies and then lets somebody on the side gets it, then traps it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, cool.
I will find that out. I'll reach out to her if not, because I'm thinking about that for next
year. That was really sweet. I never heard of that before. So
I like that. Okay. See ya.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Hey, Coach, so happy you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.